So, what we first want to do is click a new scene, click other node, and search up static body 2D. Then we're going to click this and search up animation sprite 2D for like the spring, and we're going to click, I already made the sprite frame, we're going to click like, new sprite frame and make yours, but I have it here called spring Anna. Anna stands for like animation. And here I have my finish. So you should have like around 3 sprite, I don't know what they call it, just like 3 different type of animations. Finish should be the last frame of your your spring. Like this is how it normally looks like, and your finish should be the last one, and your idle should be the first one. So if that makes sense, and they should be like 5 FPS. You could change the FPS. That doesn't matter. And we're gonna click the static body 2D. Click add a child node and search up collision shape. And here we want the collision shape to go like a bit down, and also make sure the default thing should be idle. So yeah, there we go. And here we're gonna click new rectangular, and just make this part here be the, yeah, that looks good. That should be like that one. It should be like, for me that's how it works. Like, then we're gonna click on add new child area 2D, and you can rename it, but I'm not. And then I'm gonna just click another click on area 2D, click new child, like new node, search up collision shape, and here you're gonna put a capsule, for me I guess would work, and I'll rotate it on the 90-degree angle and just bring it down a lot, and I'm gonna just change a bit more here. So I'm gonna do maybe like 1.5 maybe should be good, and I'll change this to be 1.5 too. Yeah, that looks good. Might also make that a bit smaller. Yeah, that looks good. Then we're going to click on the static body, and we're going to rename it to spring, save the scene. Then we're going to go to attach new script, and I'm going to put like spring.gd, sounds like a good file name. And I'm going to delete all this. So what we first want to do is add, put an export for like the jump force. And I'm going to put 2 as a default. 2 works good for my game, but you can change it in the inspector or just in the editor right now. Then we're going to say 2 new variables. Used is equal to false, and var stop is equal to false as well. Then we're going to make a function jump, and in here we're just going to say if used is equal to true and stop is equal to false. Okay, this isn't probably the best way to do it, but that's how I made my if statement. And I'm going to do animate sprite.2d.play the jump animation. Then we're going to go down and do, this is going to be a long line, but pretty much what we're going to do is get this collision shape, and then dot shape dot extend dot extends equal vector 2 collision shape 2d dot shape dot extend dot x. By the way, this code is in the description if you need it. I'm going to put 12 here. You want to change that to whatever this would work. So like if I go, I'll show you what I mean. If we go to your sprite and do like the finish, you can see how long it is, and you want this thing to pretty much go up there, and you check how much it is. It's like 15, but it will be 15 overall, I guess. So yeah, 15 will be a better number. So yeah, I'm gonna put 15 actually, and that's it. So this can only be like used once, so you can't go back on the spring again. And before we do enough of something else, we go on this collision shape here, and go to click. When you click the rectangle, click resource and do local to scene. Because when you have like, let's say, multiple springs in the same level, if one of them extends, all the other ones also extends because it's like a duplicate. So if you do local, it fixes that problem. And yeah, and I'm gonna just do 15, and then I'm gonna do that's the line there. That was really long. And you want to go in a physics function here and just put the jump thing to be true. Then we're going to click on area 2D, go on node, bodied, enter, and connect it to the spring. And here we're going to just see if it's like body.name is equal to player, and used is equal to false. Two equal signs are written here. And here, if you go to player, it has to be exactly same cap, same characters of the word here. But whatever the way you get your player detection from body, that should be the place here. And we're gonna do used is equal to true, and body dot spring jump force, and then we're gonna go and connect this animation player to when the animation's finished. It's gonna play the finished animation. So animation dot play finished, and stop is equal to true. So that one. And also, if you go to your animated sprite, make sure the loop's off for all of them. Actually, the loop should be on for just idle and finish, just off for like the jump though, because you don't want the jump to be looping all the time. And the errors you see I'm getting will do absolutely nothing to your code. This is just my tile map is acting up because I imported this tile map from Godot 3 to 4, and it's just been acting weird for this game. But you'll be good. You have no errors on yours. Now we're gonna go in our player, and I already wrote the code here. But pretty much you're gonna do function, and you're gonna call it spring jump. It should be the exact same name here, because what we're doing is if it's like the body player, we're gonna just get the body and do this function inside of their script, and it's just gonna be spring jump. Then you're gonna put like a parameter called jump force, and pretty much you just do your velocity.y is equal to jump velocity or jump force, whatever you have there for like your platformer, because every platformer should have that. This is just a default code here, like for a platformer on Godot. And then you just times it by jump force. That's it. Really simple. If I go to my world now, I already put the springs here, so this is my like really small map as it. If I go here, jump, and it works. My player animation isn't, but like, cause I didn't set up any animations yet for my player, and the jump thing works, and that's it. Now I'm gonna rerun it to show you how it looks like here. So if you see it on like a land on top, I might actually bring the collision here to 14. It's better to turn on debug and go to visible collision shapes to see. And yeah, if you just go here, you see it just automatically change. And I'm just like standing on it. But yeah, that's it. Really simple. I hope you guys enjoyed.